speaking to Rihanna West about youth leadership. Tell me, how did you get involved?
So my cousin is best friends, well, with the old coordinator 3 years ago, and the coordinator reached out to me. I told her I was looking for a job, and I was like, I want something, like, I like helping people. That's what I told her, and she was like, well, okay, so like, well, this is good, you know, we're trying to get young civic leaders, so she wants to make a leader out of civic engagement, and at first I was kind of like, all right, I don't really know how I feel about this. Like, I kind of looked up civic engagement. I'm like, I don't really know how I feel about this, like, whatever. But I ended up getting the job, so I'm like, okay, let me try it out. So I ended up actually staying here, and it was really good. Like, at first, it was kind of weird. But then after, like, I don't know, my first best experience would be when we did a voter registration drive, and I did get a group of youth they did not like voting. They were like, I don't like this, it's stupid, like, the government's corrupt, all this stuff. And, like, I actually, like, talked to them for maybe a half an hour, and I got all 3 of them to register to vote, and I was so excited. I was so happy, the happiest day. And that, like, really, like, I feel like I can, like, help people, like, change their views on, like, the way society is and what the government's like.
Okay, so I heard you're working on a piece of legislation. Tell us about that.
Basically, if somebody were to move to a different area in the greater Commonwealth or whatever, their information, when they change their address, it will get sent to City Hall and the RMV, and it will be changed for their voter registration, so their polls will be changed and everything, so they're still allowed to vote instead of just registering again.
We're speaking to Sharad Chase about his involvement at MassVote. Sharad, welcome. Okay, so what does your typical day look like?
A typical day for me is, coming back from school, on a nice day, or, however I'm feeling. And, I go in, I see what's the agenda for today. And then we usually we'll go out to the State House and lobby, or I'll, sit on the phone and, make phone calls to people, tell them to go out and vote. Or I'll, set up and make appointments with senators or representatives or whoever is on the agenda for that day.
I hear you're working on a bill. Please tell us about that.
Well, our main focus right now is pre-registration, but within the bill we have a lot of other things, which includes early voting, pre-registration, as I said, election audits, and online registration. Our main focus is pre-registration because it allows 16 to 17-year-olds to pre-register to vote. Because once you turn 18, the last thing you're thinking about is voting. You're thinking about going to college, getting your car, getting your license, and many other things. And voting is going to be the last thing on your mind. So, if we can put this in youth's head at 16 or 17, then they'll be able to, remember to vote once election time comes. Then we don't have to worry about them not voting or lower turnout in their area because, they'll get the word to their youth or get the word to their family, oh, I registered to vote. They're going to be really excited to go out and vote.
Okay. Why is it so important to get them at the ages that you target, 15, 16, 17?
That's our future, though. If they're not interested in voting now, when they turn 18 and when they get older, they're still not going to have an interest into any type of voting. Like, that's important. Like, I love that when I was 14, they explained to me, like, this is your voice. This is all you got. Like, regardless if you're voting now or not, like, between the ages of, like, 13 to 18, you have so many things you can do. Like, you can go lobby at the State House. You can go talk to your representatives, who are the ones that are representing you, not the president, which everybody thinks. I don't know why. But the representatives are there to represent you. So if you come to them, and as a youth, if you go to them with your problems, they're blown away. They're like, what? You care? Like, they think nobody cares. And, like, if you're a youth and you're showing them, like, this is important to me, and this is my community, I care about my community, like, this is what I want done, like, how can I do that? They'll help you.
So what cities or neighborhoods have you been targeting, and which are the hardest to reach?
The recent neighborhoods and cities that we've been targeting, recently we went out to Cambridge and we talked to their group before the school year was over, and also we went out to Brighton and Dorchester. Those are the three groups, three cities that we've been in recently and lately. And it's just, once we get our point across and let them know, like, when we went to Cambridge, like, these kids didn't know, really didn't know anything. Like, they were so, I don't want to say they were ignorant about politics, but they really didn't know anything about politics, so we had to enlighten them about politics. And then once we did, they got the point across and was like, okay, now that we see what you're doing, like, let's go out and try to get people to vote. Let's vote ourselves.
Organization.
They can contact anybody from the massvote.org website. Of course, we're always looking for interns. We always love help, so that's good.
Thank you so much, Brianna, for speaking with us,
No
and we wish you
problem.
all the best.
Thank you.